Welcome back to For the Hype.
For the hype. Hello.
Season 2, motherfuckers.
Season 2 still. I like how you just jumped in there, actually, because I was just about to, like...
I know, I was like, nah.
Do our routine of the, who's going to do it this week?
Yeah,
I like it. Good. But yes. Welcome. And, what are we talking about today, Bradley?
Today we're talking about the wondrous world of superheroes. Ranging from comic books to movies. I don't know what the fuck
To
happened
other
there.
comics?
To other forms of media. Superheroes are in, like, everything. Are you kidding me right now?
Hang on, yeah, tighten that.
What the
Tighten that.
fuck, man?
Yeah, there we go. I didn't see it. Okay.
Little bitch.
Well...
I had to get it out there.
No. Yeah, no. But,
Yeah. Anyway. Superheroes.
I gotta cut that
What let's just jump kind of into it. What
Yeah.
superpower would you like to have if you could only choose one? And it, like, let's just say you didn't have any of the downsides that come with not having other powers tied with it.
Can we just clarify as well? When you say it's us having superpowers, do you mean like if us as who we are right here, right now, just magically got the powers? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, what power would you literally want in like in this real world application?
Right here, right now.
You don't have to be a superhero, but what power would you have?
Ooh. Okay.
I just love how deep that went.
Any ideas? What's going through your head? Think
Um,
about your life as it is, like, now. Just like you zap with powers. Yeah?
I would love to be like super tall and super fit naturally, like Jason Momoa.
Like a Captain America kind of situation.
Yeah,
a
basically,
super soldier kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like the epitome of, like, the human form condition.
yeah.
But just like with a serum.
Just superhuman ability, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say Man of Steel, but I was like, but he's too overpowered.
Superman has like
He's too
1,000
yeah.
powers.
And like, plus, if
It's not just super strength and super agility. It's like everything he has.
Yeah, and you know what? If you, like, right now got Superman's powers, you know that you would be getting you to do everything for us.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. I'd be getting changed on phone booth all the time.
Do you have one, Bradley? Or I think I have one.
Okay, well, mine's like between two, kind of. So the first one, it's like a very obvious, like, one that would just be so useful. It would be like instantaneous teleportation, or the power to open and close portals and go wherever I want with those. One of those two variations, or I would have technomancy as like a power, which is you literally control technology. Like, it's like a telekinesis kind of thing.
Bradley, I'd hate to burst your bubble, but we already do control technology.
Yeah. No, but like being a technomancer, you can change the technological form to just literally be whatever you want without having to have knowledge. You just do it, sort of thing.
Yeah. I think I would like the teleportation thing too. Like, I just think of, like, the convenience. That's all I think about is if I had the power.
Especially if it's instantaneous. Like, you just hear 1 second, then you're, like, in Paris the next.
So, like, Lupus style, so you can, like, go across the... If that was the case, then... Yeah. Could you have the one where, like, if you touch someone, they go with you?
Yeah, for sure. Like, Nightcrawler.
Then you'd be getting us everything.
That's... Alright.
See, that's the beauty with portals, though. You just open a portal from here to the fridge door, grab something.
But then I'm you can't say that word. But then I don't want to incriminate myself. I'd rather send him on doing missions for me.
What that, like, it doesn't matter.
Like, Scott, I got a mission for you. What's my take out of it? You can have 20%. I'm doing it. Bang, 5 seconds later, he's got it. Bang.
I would honestly just use it for my own convenience.
Yeah. Be like the spot and just, like, open the thing, just take the money box out of the ATM.
The ATM machine.
Yeah.
Machine's already in the name. Alright, what else we got here? Okay. Favorite superhero. Or, like, favorite slash... Okay, favorite superhero first, then we'll talk about best superhero. They're two separate things.
Yeah.
I already got my favorite.
Me too.
Same.
What is it?
Should we say it on 3, all of us?
No.
Yeah, okay, I'll go.
Spider-Man.
Basically Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Basically Spider-Man. Yeah? What?
The Power Rangers.
Oh!
They are a very good
Okay,
bunch of
alright,
superheroes.
I like that.
Anyone in particular?
I think as a kid, I really liked the Pink Ranger.
The original series Pink Ranger?
I like the Pink Ranger.
That was pretty cool. I liked
the White Ranger, but you know.
The White Ranger was just like
Oh yeah, Tommy.
the peak cool guy sort of thing. Like,
But they were just so, like...
It was so good. It was just so fun. The
Yeah.
movie? Oh.
The movie was good.
The movie.
I went
Yeah.
to the movies
And-
to see the movie.
And you know what? I like how you brought them into conversation about superheroes because they are super. Like people
They
think of
literally are
superheroes.
superheroes.
People think superheroes franchises are stale, but it's like there's actually so many of them. But like,
what,
Look
even-
at like, Iron Man. He was like, you know, so, not like a Power Ranger, but like
Yeah.
he was no powers.
yeah, I just I got a soft spot for Spider-Man though because like obviously like
he's one of the most relatable superheroes.
well I mean like
He's,
personally
like so grounded.
yeah. Because, like, Marvel, Spider-Man was basically how I got introduced to Marvel as a whole.
Yeah.
Because my dad used to get burnt PS1 games from some dude in the paper. Like, try to Scarborough, buy these, like, burnt PS1 games back in, like, the early 2000s. And one of them was just Spider-Man. I just checked on the list, and I played it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this is, like, superheroes. And that's how I got into, like, Marvel as a whole, was from that burnt, pirated PS1 Spider-Man game. So
Which was
for
like
me-
trash.
I know, it was good.
It was good, but
It's
like
really good.
if you're comparing it to like every other Spider-Man game,
Yeah,
basically
but
it's very
Stan Lee
rudimentary.
does like a narrator on it.
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
did. Yep.
And it's a Sony One game. What do you expect, Bradley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there were some pretty banging games around that
Yeah.
time.
But then just overall, Spider-Man's just like relatable character. Anyone can be Spider-Man. Spider-Man's all these different versions. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Great hero, great responsibility. All that. La 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 la. Like he's a good character.
Yeah, very very
Just
good
overall.
character.
But so that's our favorite superhero. But
Wait,
what would you say?
was yours? What
Power
was-
Rangers.
Power Rangers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pick
yeah.
one in particular.
Yeah, I like that one. But what would you say is the best superhero? Now, let me to explain that. I'll give you my example. Who I think the best superhero is, in the sense where I think they're the one who's displaying the most heroism. It's probably Batman, in a sense, because he's just literally just a dude who just pushed himself to the max, and he actually puts himself on the line. Like obviously, Superman is probably more efficient and more this and that, but he's got nothing to lose really besides
He can't.
no, yeah, basically, yeah.
Mine's gonna have to be the White Power Ranger.
Well,
as a kid, that's when I got introduced to Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That was peak my childhood was Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
If we're talking best superhero, they would just literally, they embody a hero or whatever. Fucking Saitama
And
from
the white
One
one was
Punch
like the
Man.
leader,
Yeah.
you know,
He literally he's just a guy and he kills everything in one hit and he's
But
faster than anything. He's basically Superman without the ability to fly.
He's basically the best superhero ever, and
He basically gets his powers
Batman.
from God.
no,
so,
Saitama from One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's an anime.
Yeah.
He's
But-
this bald guy and he's like,
Yeah, but literally every battle he enters with just one punch, and all the other characters having
it's
these huge
effortless.
anime battles with explosions and everything. But Saitama comes along, punches, and everything's done.
yeah.
and he's bored
one,
from it.
Yeah, one punch from him
Yeah.
can change the entire weather, clear clouds out of rain and stuff like that. Or he could he probably could punch a hole
anime's
through
a
the.
weird
Yeah.
place to go.
No,
Isn't
but
it?
that one's good. That's one I.
It's really
put it
it's
this way,
it's
I
a
actually like
parody. It's a parody on the superhero genre.
Yeah, so it's good in that sense too.
Interesting.
It has some tropes, a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, but then tropes on anime too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Saitama's just such a cool character.
All right. Okay. Last question. Then we'll get on to some movie stuff. Okay. If you could choose one superhero to defend Earth, our Earth, and if they come here, they're not going to bring all their little villains and stuff like that. It's just going to be the superhero just comes to our dimension and protects our Earth. Who would you choose?
That's easy.
Who?
Superman.
Yeah.
'Cause he just dragged the
Yeah.
ball.
100%
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, it would be Superman as long as it's
Like-
prime, good-hearted Superman.
Yeah,
everything
Christopher
goes right.
Reeve or something.
Yeah, everything goes right for him,
Yeah.
sort of thing. He doesn't turn into a
Yeah.
Homelander situation.
And there's no Brainiac or anyone bringing kryptonite trying to kill him. He's just running our Earth. Wait, what I said before. I said because me and Bradley talking about this before, I was like, you know, he won't be fighting aliens and stuff. He'll just be like taking out ISIS and shit like that.
Well, they wouldn't be able to exist because he'd just be able to take them out.
Especially if he's the moral point of the Earth, he would just, as soon as something like that happens, he just takes it out, and then it's like.
No, but Steve, this is exactly what happened in The Boys, like with fucking Homelander and shit. It's
yeah,
like,
but he got corrupted in his own self. You know, he was a. Yeah.
there can be grey areas in a lot of that stuff
Superman is like the
everybody.
beacon. As it literally means hope.
Hope for the American population. Nah,
Yeah.
it'd be for the world.
But yeah, I would say Superman would be the best candidate for our planet Earth. So Superman, if you're watching this, please come
And
save us.
we could make a giant ship for everyone to just get on, all 7 point whatever billion people, and he could just lift us to another planet.
Exactly.
If our world is dying eventually, so you know, like he could transport us.
I think I'll be dead by then, so I won't care.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking long term. He's immortal, so like.
My long term's like 50 years. And that's it.
What?
Yeah, because we're human.
Hey, I was like, someone timestamp today's date. Damn.
Nice. 8 is a good wicket.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad.
I'm male, you know. We do dumb shit in our early life. You only live to 80.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we got now? Okay. So we got Marvel or DC?
Overall, Marvel.
Overall,
Marvel for sure.
DC still has the best superhero movie ever.
which one?
The Dark Knight Rises? No, The Dark Knight.
Just
The
the
Dark
Dark
Knight. Yeah,
Knight,
The Dark
yeah.
Knight. Yeah, it's pretty much considered one of the best movies ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you know,
exactly.
but you know that's the thing on DC.
Only
Okay, like I reckon DC definitely has more potential with the story and the laws and the style, but Marvel are just like.
Consistent.
Well,
for
Marvel,
the
they
most
were
part.
consistent.
Yeah.
Lately, they've been a bit iffy. But those, like the Infinity Saga, that was just so solid. Like that was like
For the most part.
for
Yeah.
like a decade, it was just Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. So like, it's like I'm more excited for Marvel projects, but I just think DC has so much potential.
For sure. And you can see
Untapped
that.
potential, I
you
should
can,
say.
You can see that in the comics as in DC's wasted potential at a movie
Yeah.
standpoint from reading the comics and stuff. Like you read like the Killing Joke or the Red Sun or like even the Suicide Squad comics
Yeah.
and shit.
You know what?
It's
Okay.
just generally better.
And like we know about the worst, pretty much the. Okay, hands up, yeah. We know about the worst scene in the DC universe, right? The worst scene.
The worst scene.
Go on, the worst scene.
Oh, super.
What? Why'd you say that name?
Why'd you say
that name? What's the name, Lee?
Jane?
No.
What?
Come on, Martha. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Say
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Say it. Martha. Say it. Martha. See, okay, now I got a major crap with that scene, right? Because I understand exactly what they were trying to do. Like the movie overall was still like bloated, and like Jesse Eisenberg was weird and all that. But that scene just killed the movie. It's like this movie just sucks. But like what they were trying to do is like,
Are they in the comics the same name?
I think so.
Yeah, they
but,
are,
like,
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
such a weak link, you know what I mean? Because the whole premise is like, oh, he's meant to find something in common with him, so it's like, oh, they both have mothers, you know what I mean? So Superman could have just said, please save my mother, please save my mum, and it would have been the exact same and kind of
Yeah.
sweet. But he's like, imagine like, save Martha, like that's so cringe. So that's like, and DC doing that shit continuously, then doing
Yeah.
like the Justice League, like that was terrible.
Justice League.
my
Even
God.
when they redid it, still wasn't. His vision still wouldn't have been that great.
Yeah.
No matter what, that movie would never have been great.
Yeah. All right. Best DC movie and worst DC movie.
Well, I just give you my best DC movie already.
Yes.
The Dark Knight.
Wait, no, DCEU. So that's like Man of Steel onwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide
The
Squad?
The
Suicide
first
Squad.
one.
The
The
first
spot, huh?
You think that's the best one?
No, it's the worst.
Worst. Oh, yes.
Okay. I was like, what
Sorry,
the
we
fuck?
got lost.
I might say the second one's the best.
Like the best DC movie?
Yeah, because Joker's not part of the DCU.
No, he
You
isn't.
can't
Neither
say
is
that.
the Batman.
No, so they're not counted.
Okay. What would you say the best one is?
The other one with John Cena in it, that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Yeah, that was great.
I would say, okay, for me, the best DC movie is definitely the first Wonder Woman.
That is really good.
That's really
yeah.
good, and it's like sort of like harmless overall, and it's kind of it's actually quite
Aquaman was
entertaining.
not too bad either.
But it was so. By the time we got to Aquaman, it felt so formulaic. Like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was kind of like.
That's when they
it
started
still
doing
felt
their
fresh,
Marvel
you know.
thing.
So like, yeah. But then worst movie, like,
Wonder Woman 2.
nah, that was bad though.
It was okay. It wasn't.
It
It
wasn't.
wasn't
It
terrible.
wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, whatever. But I think I'm gonna stick to the Justice League, the Joss Whedon one, because like that movie was meant to be an event and they fucked it. Fucking something's bleeding now, and fucking Flash falling in Wonder Woman's cleavage. Like, oh, whoopsie! Like it's
What about the wackest scene?
the what?
The wackest scene, the most spun out scene in Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah.
Floating up.
Because, you know, we were so excited for that movie. Remember, we were sending Snapchats to each other with the filter and shit? We're like, oh my god, this is going to be awesome. And then when it got to that
We
first
went to
part...
midnight screening, didn't we?
No, we went like at 9:30 or
Oh, yeah.
something like that. But we got to that first part where Bruce Wayne's in a hole and he starts floating up. We look at each other like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we watching?
I remember that. I was like,
oh, this is going to be stylized, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay. Wait, did you say yours? No, I don't think you did yet.
I'd probably say, like, probably my favorite DCEU film is probably The Suicide Squad.
Yeah. That was just really good overall. It was
Yeah.
really entertaining.
The worst, I mean, like, you could say Suicide Squad, the first one, anyway.
You don't
but-
have to say good, it's just is.
Yeah, it's not it's not very good at all. It's
Like-
really not that good.
Man of Steel honestly wasn't that good either. Like, it's alright.
Man of Steel was like
Kind of
bland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of
boring.
bland.
I
And
It's
didn't-
like-
I didn't get off on it.
I saw Man of Steel as, like, Thor Dark World kind of
Yeah.
levels of boring.
The only good thing about Man of Steel is Harry Cavill. whatever.
Henry Cavill.
Henry
That's
Cavill.
it. He looked like Superman. The rest of it was shit.
Well, like,
Can we talk about Henry Cavill for a second? He is like the perfect nerd
really
actor.
is.
He fits into like a Superman role so well.
and
or
he's
even
like
The Witcher
actually
and stuff.
dedicated to the characteristics and the lore and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
it's
and,
because
like,
he's actually a fan.
he's an actual fucking geek.
Yeah.
But we love him. Right?
Yeah,
He goes alright, you know.
He does alright.
I think he's a pretty good
I
actor.
like him. I'll tell you, okay, one thing in Man of Steel that really bothers me is the way they deal with Clark Kent's dad dying, like Jonathan, not the other one, Russell Crowe. But like, because in the Christopher Reeve one, his dad literally dies of like a heart attack while racing Clark in the driveway, you know, and it's meant to be like, oh no, even with my powers, I couldn't save him, you know, showing the humility of being like Clark Kent. Sorry, can you stop shaking? Sorry, it's all good. But then in the Man of Steel, like the tornado's coming, and like there's a dog in the car. Supposedly there's a dog in the car, and then like fucking Jonathan Kent looks at Clark and he's like, stay here. And Jonathan starts running slow as fuck in the storm, trying to get a dog out of a car. And then like he opens the door, dog gets out. Then the hurricane like takes him. Clark's gonna save him. Clark could literally zip in and out, grab his dad before anyone even sees. The dad puts his arm out, and then gets taken away in the tornado. It's like, what a fucking
Like,
what a
that's
waste.
just suicide.
That's
That is literally
we
just
watched the
suicide.
man, yeah, like and like
That was Kevin Costner, wasn't it?
yeah. So that's weird, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so I can understand your gripes with Man of Steel, but I think it was okay.
Why couldn't they
I think it was
have
fine.
done that movie
It was
where like he was sort of like his dad lasted like half a movie and then like
Because like Jonathan Kent's death has sort of like always been the
It's
move
his
from,
canon event.
Yeah, from like teenage Clark to I don't know.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben getting
That's
shot.
when he decides.
Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but Bruce Wayne was like a kid.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just part of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Marvel? Favorite Marvel? Best, worst Marvel movie? You know what?
The best
Yeah.
is the second of Endgame.
Endgame.
You like
Yeah.
Endgame? You like
Infinity,
Endgame? You like?
Infinity War, sorry.
Infinity War was the
Can't remember.
first one of the two.
Like,
and
Is
then
it the one with
Endgame-
Thanos was like the main character?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Infinity War. Now, we were just talking about this before, right? Because I honestly think Infinity War is better than Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Definitely 100% is.
Endgame's more of
overall.
an event movie where Infinity War's like
Yeah.
story and stuff.
Yeah, but
Infinity War was more like the shock of just seeing everything at once and like the ending of it.
I tell you right now, the one moment in all of Marvel that annoys me the most out of any movie happened in Infinity War.
Well,
You know how at the start of it they establish that you can cut off hands with the portals. Like Doctor Strange does it to Obsidian Stand, whatever, the big thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another
Cuts his
use
hand
for
off.
being able to open portals. It's very good.
Yeah,
Very good
yeah,
power.
yeah. But then at the end, when they're trying to take Thanos' thing off, they don't do it. Like, it's just so, like, if they didn't do it originally, I'd be able to let it slide. But the fact that they established it in the movie and then didn't do it really, like, ticked me. Like, I was really annoyed while I was watching that scene. But, yes. And what about worst Marvel movie for you?
Oh, my neck. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Was
I think in general that movie just wasn't like the best.
shocking.
Like,
Larson's not a very good actor.
no, you know, actually, if you watch Room and that other one I watched recently with her, she's actually a good actor. But it's just like the character of Miss Marvel. I don't know, but I think the movie.
I don't think. Yeah, the character itself had like this massive ego that was very like unwarranted.
Yeah,
the hero could have been just humble, and it would have been so much more likable. But the fact that it just like, I'm the best, blah blah blah. Just
like,
because
how many humble superhero movies can we watch?
But
half, you know, to be a hero is to be humble.
I feel like with Captain Marvel, that movie was definitely felt like a Phase 1 origin movie, which is maybe like the feel. But like, I think they put too much. You know what? They did put too much emphasis on like the little agenda they had in there. Like, they had the military in there, obviously funding it because they use military jets. But then as well, like, it's like they use that victimhood thing. It's like, oh, you know, I had a hard upbringing, therefore I'm going to be tough now. But it's like if she was more humble now, then it would actually add to her character.
Yeah.
But then also as well, like, I'm sorry, but this is the cringiest scene of all Marvel. So we're taking off the list. But when she's fucking like doing the fight, it's like, I'm just a girl. It's like, oh man, could they be any more on the nose? Like, yes, a female is being strong on screen.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Like, that's good. That's good. Give us that. Don't shove it like in our faces.
Like,
We
yeah,
want
don't
it, but
like,
don't tell us what we're watching.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to be explained that it's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of thing.
But yes, two solid choices.
That's,
so you sent me on a tangent on both of those.
That's kind of fair though. Yeah. Are we exclusively talking like MCU or
MCU.
like?
Oh damn! I forgot about No Way Home. Sorry, that's my favorite Marvel movie.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
Take that back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
No, that just had me going from start to finish.
Put it this way, I've never.
No Way Home did have me from start to finish, but so did Infinity War, man.
I've never heard a cinema be louder than when
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield jumped out, and you were there with me. We like that, and then Toby came through and was like, yeah. So it was good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I got my worst one. I can't think of my good. I'll think of the good one by the time I finish talking about the worst one. But honestly, for me, the worst Marvel movie, I think, is Thor: Love and Thunder.
I think I might have to agree. I might have to agree on that.
Nah, the second Thor's way worse than that.
No, but okay.
The second Thor is just boring.
Yeah, the second Thor, it's boring. It's kind of bland. The story's like generic. But Love and Thunder, it was actually like not good and really like it tried to be really stylized, but it just came up as too campy and just too silly all the time. But the thing that makes me the most mad about it is those fucking screaming goats in it. But here's the thing: those screaming goat jokes came because Taika Waititi. Do you remember that? When is it from? Like 2014, 2012?
2012.
Yeah,
dude.
that screaming goat, like, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah,
You know that video, right?
Yeah.
Taika Waititi saw that video for the first time while filming Love and Thunder, and he was like, oh, that's funny, let's put it into the movie. And then that's why you've got the screaming goats in the movie, because Taika Waititi saw like a 10-year-old meme.
Goats.
Like, that's using an outdated joke.
Yeah, I believe goats do have the capacity to scream, but I believe most of those videos of the goats screaming from back in that day were like just people.
Yeah, but like, it's just, so he's
Like,
just,
he
he's
just
just
literally
using,
did it because of a
he's using
meme.
10-year-old humor.
Yeah.
Okay.
10-year-old humor.
Taika, just if you're hearing this, we're quite disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make a fifth.
He might. Probably,
heard that.
Yeah. Oh, best Marvel movie. Okay. This is tough. This is real tough, actually.
You know, right?
Actually, Bradley, do you have a worst? List your worst. I want you to think about my best one, because
I don't
this is
know.
a loaded question.
Probably Love and Thunder or Dark World was pretty bad. The Incredible Hulk's technically a fucking MCU movie.
I like Incredible Hulk.
It's alright. That movie's kind of half-half, like really good, really not good. Worst? I don't feel like I have a definitive worst because, like, the worst of Marvel is still kind of consistently made well.
Yeah. You know what? I think I have an answer. I think my best... Honestly, I almost just want to say Iron Man.
Oh,
The
dude,
first
the original
Iron Man
is
is
so
actually
good.
it holds up so well.
And it
was
sets
so
up
well
so
made,
many things.
Sets up everything, and the hype around
It was the
that
first,
was real
like,
when it was
really
coming out.
important.
Do you remember when that was
post-credit
coming
scene.
out? Do you remember like being jacked and like?
Remember seeing in the
I think it was around the
cinema,
same
like,
time as the first Hangover, remember? 'Cause we'll see
Yeah,
the Hangover.
that was,
Yeah.
oh man, what a great! That was like 2008. What a great year for cinema. Seriously, holy shit!
and like you'd stick around for the end credits, and you just see in the corner Captain America's vibranium shield.
no,
is,
no,
like,
no. You're thinking at the end of credits of Iron Man 1, it was Nick Fury being like, "I want to tell you
Yeah.
about the Avengers Initiative."
it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Is
It was
it?
Iron Man.
Well, am I clipping?
Oh no, that's me. I
Yeah.
thought you meant you shaking.
Iron
Oh,
Man.
I was
2.
shaking. I didn't even realize.
I think it was Iron Man 2 that had the shield right in the background or something.
That was in like the middle of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The end credit scene for Iron Man 2 was Thor's hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was Captain America Thor's hammer.
Nah, because Thor came out first, then Captain America.
Oh, I did, yeah.
What? So best Marvel movie? Did you say best?
I feel like I already did. It's literally either No Way Home or Infinity War.
Okay.
Civil War was pretty good too. I like that.
Cool. Yeah, that was a good one.
Even though they took a lot of liberties with the story, it still had the
Yeah, but
message
you
of the
don't wanna-
relationships between the heroes.
You
like,
don't want to be the same story either. Like,
No.
it's a different medium. People are like, it's not accurate to the comics. It's like, yeah, because the comics are the comics and the movies are the movies. Like,
There should be
it's-
certain things
get
that
used
are
to it.
accurate, but then obviously,
Yeah.
still certain things that make it make sense in real life rather than a fantastical world kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Speaking of comics, that's the little next part.
Scott and I have read some
Yeah.
comics in our time.
Have you read comics, Lee? Have you read any? Because there's one comic I do want to talk about. One comic we were talking about before, but Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
You've watched Scott Pilgrim, right?
Yeah. Good movie.
It's a good movie. And I tell you what, man, the comic is basically exactly what the movie is. Like,
Literally, they were being made at the same time.
Oh really?
And
The
like-
first chapter came out of the book, and then they started doing the movie, and then by the time the second chapter was finished, they were caught up with each other.
Oh real?
yeah. And like, when I was like, got the comic, right? I literally like, when I was reading it, I was like, this is like the movie. And I put the movie on and read the comic at the same time. And it's almost like frame by frame
Shot for shot, yeah.
Like,
Really? Wow.
almost exactly the same, yeah. And the comic also has a really cool thing is like when they jam, when they play music, they've got chords in the
Yeah.
something, so
Yeah,
you
I
can
remember
play
that.
along. Like,
Oh,
that's
dude.
like my best. I like that comic. That's pretty much my favorite
I'm
comic.
surprised they never made a second one to it actually, to that movie.
They kind of keep just like redoing it.
Because the Scott Pilgrim story is basically just that.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
pretty finite.
Yeah.
There is a Scott Pilgrim anime coming out as well, which is literally just
Yeah.
in the style of the comic that they did,
Yeah, but Michael
animated.
Cera is coming back.
Talking
Yeah,
about
all the
comic
original
movies. I
Yeah.
liked Kick-Ass as well when I went to I went with my
dude,
ex or girlfriend at the time
Yeah.
and all their
So
friends,
good.
and they literally almost all hated it. And I walked down, I was like, "Fuck, I actually really like
man.
that." It was
Chloe
awesome.
Grace Moretz is
Yeah.
Hit
Oh,
Girl.
some
Yeah.
of the shit she said in that first movie just
Alright.
didn't have the same feel as
Yeah.
which was older.
What's
Yeah.
up, you fucking?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's alright you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I saw that as well, the girl I was dating at the time won like a MySpace competition and like won 2 tickets. I was like 15.
Oh,
She's
damn.
like, you want to go? So I went. Yeah, that was.
Sick.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, the Kick-Ass dude. Okay, the Kick-Ass 2 comic literally has a scene in it, and it's the most intense scene that I literally had to put down the comic and like walk around the room. It's pretty graphic. Should I describe it?
Well, you've already,
Yeah, all right.
can't leave them
Yeah,
on the
okay,
book.
I have to describe it, I guess. So literally, like, the motherfucker, which is the name of the Red Mist now, is literally looking for Kick-Ass's like girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, whatever. First, he pulls up the neighborhood, asks these like kids playing. He's like, "Hey kids, do you know where Connie D'Amico lives? Whatever." They're like, "Oh yeah, she lives down there." And he's like, "All right, thank you." Uzi, brrr, mows down the kids. Does that straight up because in the comics, the motherfucker is literally like deranged,
Yeah.
basically. And then literally goes to her house, beats her around. Then he's like, they make fun of this in the movie, but in the comics, he literally goes, you're gonna find out what an evil tastes like. And it unzips, and then it goes to the next scene. Then in the movie, he like can't get hard or whatever. But like, as soon as I saw that, I put that down, and I just like walked around the room like,
That is fucked.
yeah. That's the thing with comics; they don't care.
Yeah.
TV sense is like, oh no, what do the children see? Comics are like,
Here is everything.
yeah,
That just reminds me, there's a manga / anime called Berserk, and that's like if Dark Souls was an anime.
What's the
but
difference
it's like,
between a manga and anime?
manga is like the comic
yeah,
version.
like the paper,
It's literally black and white. You read it like right
Back to
to
front.
left. Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
All that. Yeah. 'Cause that's how
Doesn't that
Yeah.
strip your brain out trying?
you get used to it pretty easily.
Yeah, I know, but just that first initial like reading that way, like,
But
You know
yeah,
what?
that
It already-
one scene in Kick-Ass, the comic, that is the
Yeah.
entirety of Berserk.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Lee, you're talking about like spin you out the first time you read it. It's going to spin you out the first time you read it anyway because it's anime and manga.
Yeah. It's pretty spun
Yeah.
out media form.
You know. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
they go down that rabbit hole.
All right, shall we get to the last part of the episode?
Yeah,
Wrap this up.
I just want to throw in The Boys. The comic
Oh, yes.
itself is trash. They changed a lot of it past a certain point
Yeah.
in the show, and that it's so much better for it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so much better for
I've
it.
heard that. I've heard the comics is more like grotesque, like the stuff they do.
It's more
but like the
grotesque.
story is better in the show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way better.
I need to watch that.
And all the characters are much more
Trust me, you will
well-written.
love it. You will actually love it.
Especially Homelander. Homelander is just like the most entertaining character to
He's
watch.
literally pretty much one of the best TV villains ever created.
Yeah.
With the sense where as soon as he comes on the screen, you get a knot in your stomach. You got dread. You're like, what's he going to do now? He'll do something funny. He's going to do something messed up. Like, you don't know.
Yeah. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm not like you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better.
I am better.
Charlie, you'll love Homelander. Okay. Let's get to this last part,
Yep.
shall we? So what we're going to do is, we're going to have a list of powers here, and we're just going to talk about we're going to just talk about
Maybe
either
like-
like a bad like side effect or just like an awkward situation to have it and something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like a side effect. Like, for example, first one. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You ready for this? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to wrap this up. All right. Invisible.
Invisibility. Yep.
Now, question. Is it invisibility that you can turn on and off, or are you just invisible all the time?
I'd like to think you could turn it on and off, hopefully.
Okay.
Because
Well,
it can depend on a...
naked.
Yeah, it
That's
can
the thing, you
depend
have
on a couple parameters. You might have to be naked to be invisible,
I
which
think-
is awkward.
But I think if you got powers, that means it
Also,
affects your body, you know? So
if you're truly invisible as well, that means no light is hitting you. It's all going through you. So no light is hitting your eyes. You're technically blind while you're invisible. No one can see you. You can't see them.
you
Quite
can't
literally.
even hear them either, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you're about to go invisible, you'd be able to work your eyes out. Come on now.
Maybe it'll be like in the Hollow Man, where it's like the lights are super bright because he's got no eyelids. Like, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be something like that. But if we're talking from a scientific standpoint in the real
Yeah.
thing,
I think
this has been talked about on
So,
YouTube a lot.
I think like being naked is like the biggest downside, though. Like naked all the time. Like that's how it would work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Super strength.
Accidentally breaking everything.
Yeah.
Or like pretty much anywhere you go, people are gonna get you to help them move. People are gonna help. Can you help me lift this? Can you move this for me? Can you do that? You
That's
know?
if you disclose you're super strong.
But let's say with these powers, it's just like it's like you have them. Everyone knows about it.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the.
I'll move to another country. Me no spoke that language. You just keep walking. Yeah.
Oh, I love. Okay. What about like shrinking, like Ant-Man, like getting bigger and bigger and smaller? What would that look like in daily life?
Well,
I'd be doing it all the time.
you might
You'd be able to get away with a lot, I reckon, shrinking.
you might still accidentally be like stepped on or something, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but you'd be 1,000 times strong because you're like an ant. You shrink down to an ant, but you've got 1,000 times stronger strength.
Yeah.
well, that's assuming that you get that
Yeah,
proportionate
you do all
strength
the
power.
time. Yeah. I've never heard otherwise. Come on.
No, because it's not
You
like
They
with
make-
a lot of these powers, a lot of superpowers, how they work is they require other powers to make it work. Like Wolverine's claws don't work without his regenerative powers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man doesn't work without his enhanced agility and ability to stick to walls.
Yeah. I guess, like, getting
Like,
bigger...
he wouldn't be able to climb buildings if he didn't
have-
have the superhuman agility alongside the wall sticking
Yeah.
sort of thing.
And, like,
And,
if you're shrinking and,
like-
and getting bigger and stuff, does that affect your organs? That would mess
Yeah,
your... That would, your
it
body...
would, yeah.
You know what? Your whole body would probably be a mess all the time. You just...
Yeah. And, like, even with
bigger,
flight...
smaller, bigger, smaller, like...
If you... with flight, you need superhuman durability for that to work, because otherwise all of your skin's going to fly off if you go
Yeah.
over a certain amount of G's without a suit on, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you got a hand in hand. Alright, what about super speed? Are we talking like Flash levels?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
then again, you'd have to have this and that and this and that and this and that.
Just say you had like a suit and it protected you, so you wear the suit and you can do super speed. Like, yeah, I feel like I just
I
feel
mean,
like
I don't feel like there's that many downsides of super speed, rather than the implications of the butterfly effect if you time travel.
yeah, I just wouldn't time travel. I'm gonna
People would
time
give you
traveling.
shit if you're late, though, all the time.
But nobody would know if you had a suit on. Nobody would know you have powers.
What?
No, but like, yeah, if you're just like late all the time, it's kind of ironic, isn't it?
I think
I feel like with a lot of these things, like when you, because let's just say it's like common knowledge you have powers. It's just a common thing. Like everyone will just get you to do stuff for them. You know?
Yeah.
I'd be charging people by the job, like
I reckon you'd
50
be
bucks a
hunted
job.
a lot. Like government sent you wouldn't even be out in the general pop. You wouldn't.
Yeah, but you know what?
fucking
They
game
gotta
on.
catch me first.
They would have some way.
Yeah.
They would have watched you from when you were 2 years old and you got to a certain age and they snatch you. You never seen again. See you later.
Damn.
And
the
the thing with super speed, and technically like superhuman regeneration and all that, you have a majorly high metabolism, so you need to be consuming food all the time to even be hungry.
That works for me.
And you also need to drink like kegs of alcohol to even feel tipsy.
I don't drink,
I
so I
don't-
don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah, but that you could infinitely drink and not feel like anything.
Yeah,
so.
but like, if I could infinitely drink enough,
You say
for
you
anything,
just
I
drink
just
it.
wouldn't drink. What's the point of drinking if you
Some
can't
people
feel
drink
it?
for the taste.
Yeah. Does that
Taste.
work with any other sort of substance? Because then you might be able to cope with amounts of other substances.
Again, that falls under metabolism. So
Yeah.
yes, you would have to theoretically, if this whole
Yeah.
I'll be back. Just going to Colombia.
back 5 seconds later. There's just like across like half the world, there's just like this white dust.
There's like white dust like a road runner, like. Oh,
Was this you guys? No.
all right. What's the next one? Regeneration.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not many downsides
I
to
don't say
that.
that. Yeah.
nah,
No.
there's not. You'd just be like,
You know,
you'd be young and immortal, basically.
you know
You
what would
wouldn't
be
be able to regenerate your brain.
no, but you know what would be a downside? Because you're talking about the government and all that, right?
Yeah.
Imagine this scenario: government finds out you can regenerate. What they do is
They
pick you up.
Yeah.
They cut off your arm, and when your arm's healing back, they use your arm as like an implant. You're just getting milked by the government for body parts.
Basically.
Oh, that's something that would happen in real life.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrific.
Yeah.
Well, then that's why you get saved by super speed or super strength.
Oh yeah, just zoom.
Because if you got powers, you're not going to be the only one. Come on.
No.
I mean, if you had like super regeneration, right? But then you also had like Wolverine's adamantium skeleton, they wouldn't be able to cut off your limbs.
No, but like, I probably wouldn't have a metal skeleton. I'd just be a person that can heal.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind went really dark. I went to the worst case scenario. I'm kind of scared. What's next?
Teleporting, I think.
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
Oh, yeah, see.
So is that like reading the minds?
Yeah.
Reading minds and all
I think
that.
there's no downside to that either.
I think the
There
only
is,
downside
definitely.
is if
You'd be able to train yourself to switch off, though.
You'd be able to, yeah, or at least tune out of it.
Yeah. 'Cause
But at
it's-
the same time, if you're like talking to someone, you don't necessarily even want to know what's
you
going
have
on
to
up
be
there.
like on all the you have to be, even if you're not using it, you have to be turning yourself on.
Yeah,
turn
you
it
wouldn't.
off.
You'd find yourself not trusting people because, like, most people say one thing and mean another thing, or like, you could always tell who's being fake to you, and if everyone in your life is being fake to you, it's just like, well, fuck.
Yeah, but then you'd also be able to tell what they're thinking about other people too, not just about yourself. You're thinking about, you can see what they can think all the time.
You'd be able to be a really good
Wow,
therapist.
that person really hates that person.
I feel like I can pick that up already, though. I feel like if you put me in an environment, I'm like, you give me. If I read people, I can tell who likes who doesn't.
Yeah, but maybe
and plus, to be honest with you, I actually don't care about other people's opinions enough to hear their thoughts throughout the day. Like, I don't need to hear your thoughts. I'm trying to listen to my own.
Yeah, and if everybody was fake to you, you know what you do? You just literally go fake yourself and how to make most money off everybody. You know what everybody's saying.
I guess if you find every single person around you is a scumbag, I guess it's not immoral to use them back, right? Just say every person.
That's not what a hero is, Scott.
We're not talking about superheroes. We're just talking about powers. We haven't decided what we're doing with them yet.
Yeah, I'm going to be the evilest motherfucker going.
What about with telekinesis? Move stuff in your mind.
I would love that. That is just like one of the best powers you could have.
It would drain you though, wouldn't it? It would drain your mind. I think
you would be fried after a while.
It might
probably.
be just like, you know.
Or you just have crack in your... Yeah, you just smoke the pipe and you just...
Well, see, but here you got to think though, right? Just say you do take a substance or something, your telekinesis might get out of control. You might have a freak out, and the whole room starts shaking and stuff.
And then you wake up the next day, and you're like, "Who the fuck moved everything?"
Everything's like on the roof. Yeah. You're like, "Ah, shit. What do I do?"
Well, that's when you hit the pipe again.
Last time I pulled the hype.
You stop. You stop smoking, and then you realize it's like all just in your mind.
No, we're talking. Hey, we're not talking about crazy motherfuckers. We're talking about actual powers, Mister.
Yeah. I don't think there's many downsides of that.
No, not really.
We got teleportation. We kind of already covered that.
We talked.
Yeah. Shape shifting.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Now, do we shapeshift into just sentient beings? Like, what about animals or just other people?
No, I just think humans.
And when we shapeshift, do we shift our clothes with us?
Why'd you just like? I feel like I don't know. Shapeshifting. Well, if you're changing clothes, then you'd be able to change anything because you're changing.
But most shapeshifters do change clothes when
I feel like
there's a couple forms of like shapeshifting. There's like physically changing your entire structure to be something else, or there's also like disguise shapeshifting, which is basically a cloak.
I feel like it'd be the one where you change like it's like Mystique. That's why Mystique's always naked.
Well, like yeah.
I like Mystique. Mystique's a good character. She's naked.
I hate you so much.
It's good. It wasn't good when Jennifer Lawrence played it though. She didn't get.
And she wasn't fully naked either.
No.
It's always fun playing a druid in D&D because they like shapeshift into animals and stuff. It's very advantageous. See, you could have like a lot of powers just by shapeshifting into animals.
Yeah.
Turn into like a bird to fly, or like a rhinoceros with super strength, or like a gorilla and like stuff like that.
Yeah. You know there'd be room for people to abuse that power, but we won't go there. What do you got? You said phasing. So like going through walls?
Yes, that's intangibility. Yes, going through walls.
What would imagine like?
But they touch on this in My Hero Academia, which is an anime about superheroes. There's this guy, and like he can turn on the phasing, and like if he's not careful, he literally like goes underground.
Oh yeah.
So
you have to
he has to turn on his phasing like body part by body part to like actually go through something. Because if he turns it all on in one go, he just straight through the floor.
What would you do if you could face Worsley?
But then
lots of dodgy shit. So that's well established. I'm not saying being invisible, lots of dodgy shit.
Oh my god.
You know,
viewers,
strength, lots of dodgy shit.
Don't give Lee superpowers because he's just going to be a criminal.
Yeah. Apparently. You know what?
Not if.
I would just never use a door ever again. Every time I enter a room, I would enter just from a random wall, like, "Hi guys!" Like, "Oh jeez!" Like
someone like holds the door open for you, and you just walk in.
Yeah, well, I just walk in through the wall.
Through the wall.
You know what, Scott? If
Fuck your chivalry.
I think I'd be screaming a lot.
Like, put my head through the wall. Like, "You guys have something to eat?" Like, that's all, folks.
You'd never be able to have a private wank.
Well, no, what?
No, because you'd be able to spy on us.
I wouldn't want to spy on you doing that.
Because you got the phasing power, you want to do it all anything
No,
once.
you know what I do? If I knew in the room doing it, I just put my hand through the wall and wave hello. It's like...
Hey, hang on a minute. Oh, I'll jump up there and give me a hand.
Okay. I get
Well, that went a bit off track.
It
there.
did.
Next
That's
time.
good. All right. Precognition.
Precognition is like having a spider sense or like a That's So Raven flash forward slightly
Like,
into the
it's-
future. Being able to tell what's going to happen before it's going to
I just
happen.
think about Final Destination. I don't think I would like that.
That
well.
literally is precognition.
Yeah.
How Final
I
Destination
guess
happened.
I feel like it would be good for like if there's anything life-threatening ever happening. But if it was only for life-threatening, you probably wouldn't have it happen that much because day to day you don't get life-threatening situations. You're just like, but once you feel it, you're like, oh, what? Maybe that's just what anxiety is. It's just like, something bad is literally gonna happen, and then it actually does.
Yeah, but you still don't know what is going to happen,
Yeah,
depending on the situation.
that literally sounds like anxiety.
No. Like with anxiety, you don't know what's going to happen. With precognition, you literally know what exactly the bad thing is.
But
And then you get anxiety from it.
yeah,
I suppose so. Yeah.
so anxiety. Yeah, anxiety is my superpower.
But you think, though, anxiety is actually a sort of like a power because we all naturally have it. Just some people get it way worse than other people. But it's actually a primal thing to be
Yeah.
scared of stuff and to be on high alert.
Like, and the way to describe it, like, anxiety is like when the cavemen were going through the spears and they hit a stick break, suddenly anxiety kicks in. Is it like a tiger or something, you know?
Yeah.
But then what people call anxiety now is like, they always think the tiger's there, you know?
Yeah.
They always hear the stick break.
I saw my shadow. Fuck.
Alright, and last one. Immortality. Now, when we say immortality, does that mean like...
This means you are literally impervious to damage. You don't age. You literally live
like,
forever.
if someone shot a bomb at me, I'd just be standing there. Probably naked because my clothes burnt off.
Almost sounds like Superman.
If the
Well,
Oppenheimer...
only just that though, you know?
You know how Oppenheimer's formula for the hydrogen bomb, like, it had a small % chance to light up our entire atmosphere? Every human would die. You'd be the only thing left
Wow.
on the planet.
So just impervious.
Yeah.
Would you want that power? Live forever? Would you live forever as well?
Yeah, because you'd live
Yeah.
long enough to be
So,
able to travel to different
immortality-
planets and live again.
immortality-
You know what I mean?
Immortality is being able to live forever.
I'd like to live... I'd like to have immortality if you were the one to be able to just be like, I want to die now, and you just die. You know, because you should still be able to... Even though you're immortal, you should be the one to say, it's time.
But what if there was no time? What if you were just...
Well, as I said, I'd be fucking... Instead of country hopping, I'd country hop for a while there for a few thousand years, and then
I'm
I'd
sure
planet
in
hop.
at least like 100,000 years, that would come some kind of casual space transportation, right?
Man, that's
Casual
a long time,
space
though.
transportation.
I might have to get myself frozen for 100
do-
years or something. just to kill 100 years.
Yeah.
And they unfreeze me. Oh my god, the technology's there. And they freeze everybody else. They all die. I'm like, yeah, I'm immortal.
No, you know what? Because, like, even with our regular lives, days blend into one another. I feel like decades would blend into one another. Like,
I
sort
think
of
I
thing.
definitely would have a drug habit at some point for about 100 years.
Well, I mean, if nothing would kill you, then you
Yeah,
you
exactly.
pretty much
Exactly.
try everything, or
Wow.
almost everything, once. Let's leave it there, shall we? So, overall,
But you know who are the real heroes? The audience.
you guys tuning in every week. We see all 26 of you watching our videos, and we're very happy. So, thank you guys so much.
Very happy.
If you could...
Hey, the one though before the last episode was only 17, so 9 of you didn't watch.
It was actually 18 last night.
Yeah,
Okay, so 8 of you didn't watch.
They'll keep watching though. And if you want to keep watching, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe.
And hit that notification bell and turn all notifications on so it goes on your phone and your smart devices.
And you go ding.
And ding!
But yeah, overall, superheroes,
Cool.
I like.
We still had the email too.
We're fucking nerds.
We do. Send us an email.
We'll get an email at some stage.
We will. I
literally
can't wait
have-
till we get our first email.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I know.
It took 40 episodes.
Someone's gonna realize.
I know. Well, if they even watch this far, but if you do, thank you so much.
It doesn't even matter if it's like on topic. We're just gonna bring it up.
Just bring it up. Just random like email.
I even put it in the description every time.
We
Email
do.
is for sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway,
See ya.
you want to say goodbye? Bye.
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 Bye.